Hello, hello, hello. I'm Marcy Ben from Think Premium JA. And today's topic is ways in which you can use social media to grow your business in 2024. We are in the month of September. There is a lot that you can actually start doing from now to have a successful 2024. And one of the things that you can actually start thinking about is really how you plan on growing your business next year. Now is an ideal time to start, and a lot of things can be done using social media, especially if you're a growing business. You don't really have a lot of funds. Social media is a great place to start, but it's not just posting, not just not just posting or running ads that I'm referring to here. It's really in things that you probably wouldn't have been thinking about. For the purpose of this video, I'll be focusing on user generated content, market analytics, and also direct marketing or virtual door knocking. Plus, I will also be talking about using the Explore page and paying attention to trends. So, firstly, what is user-generated content? According to techtarget.com, right? User-generated content is published information that an unpaid contributor provides to a website. Information might be a photo, video, blog, or discussion forum post, poll response, or comment made through social media website. Again, this is information that you pretty much get from users for free. And it can either be to a website or a social media platform. So that information might be a photo that they provide, video, blog, or discussion forum post, poll response, or comment made through a social media website. So it can come in various forms. It can be persons leaving a review of your product on their social media page. It can be somebody sharing an experience with them wearing your product on their social media page that you use. Like, let's say you sell clothing or other forms of apparel. It can be somebody, comparing your product to another product. It can be somebody leaving a client testimonial, you name it. But user generated content is a great way to also get attention in 2024. Here's why. Now, depending on your business, you might not necessarily want to do that because, for one, you might not necessarily want to put your clients out there. I'm one of those people because I take such a vested interest in approaching my clients' lives. I don't necessarily want to put them out there like that. Um, at least not yet. I'm just weird like that. I'm sure there are other entrepreneurs that think like I do. Based on what I do in marketing, you do sadly have companies that try to steal people's clients. And even though I have a relationship, you wouldn't leave your car in an area that you know it can get robbed, right? I wouldn't necessarily do that with my clients, even though I trust them. So with your user generated content, you can do it in a wide variety of ways. You can have them comment on your stuff. They can reshare your stuff. They can leave testimonials. They can leave blog posts. Like they can tag you in blog posts. They can tag you in posts. So they can definitely tag your company's social media account in posts. You can do a video of them with their permission, of them, talking about their experience with your product or like about it or wearing your product or using your product. You can have them reshare your stuff on their page and forward it to people. There are many ways in which you can capitalize on it. And you want people interacting with your brand. So you can do things like raffles, you can do competitions, those sweepstakes, or you can just recognize people individually, like you give them like a free meal if you're, let's say you're like a restaurant or something, or you can give them like a free pass, free tickets, whatever it is. You can get creative. There are many ways that you can get creative where that's concerned. So user generated content, excellent way because people like people who are like themselves. If I like John Brown and I see that John Brown goes to this restaurant, I'm going to want to check out that restaurant too because I like John Brown. I trust John Brown. John Brown is like me. If I see that he goes to this restaurant, I'm going to want to check it out because his likes are similar to my likes. I identify with John Brown. And, it's not the big influencers that get attention from grassroots people. The Kim Kardashian isn't necessarily someone that can reach the everyday person because Kim Kardashian, for example, or The Weeknd or one of those celebrities may be at a different way of life than my way of life. I might be able to relate to someone who I went to school with who's now a social media influencer. Someone who I went to school with who now has like 10,000, 200,000 followers on their social media platforms. Because we'd have started off in the same place. I can identify with that person. It's just an example. So user generated content, don't underestimate the importance of it, and thank people when you get it. Like treat that content like gold, because people don't have to do it. It's unpaid. You don't pay them for it. See, at least you want to say thank you and show them love and big them up and celebrate them. And if you can do something nice, you do something nice for them, because guess what? Encouragement sweeten labor, don't. So you want to ensure you get them something to make them want to do it again, or even entice other people who would hear about it to want to do it. So that's one. Another thing that you can do as well is using the market analytics that you get from your social media platforms. Now is a good time more than ever. If you don't have a business page on Facebook or Instagram, invest in a business page, even on LinkedIn, because that's where you get the analytics. And that analytics now you can use it to show you what content is doing well, what is not doing well, and see how you can switch gears, which content got the most attention versus which ones that didn't. Where do you want to go in terms of content? Like, how many people do you want to reach? How many likes do you want to get? How many shares do you want to get? How are the amount of likes that you're getting turning into closed transactions? You want to pay attention to things like that, especially if you plan on using social media as a channel in which you get people. You have to track things like that, because what is measured can be improved. So you do want to use your analytics for that reason, to track what's happening, so you can see what's working, what is not working, and you quickly course correct. Because time's short and it doesn't make sense to throw away time and money on something that's not working. That don't make sense. You do want to pay attention to that, and just remember there are more than one ways to get attention on social media. You never want to pigeonhole your content to a point where that's all people can expect. You want to vary it up sometimes. Switch it up. You give people something different to look forward to, and you'll be surprised how that goes along. So that's one thing you can try. And with the analytics as well, you can use it as an opportunity to see what else is out there, how a person, and compare your content to other persons who have higher following counts than you do. What are they doing versus what you're doing, and come up with some ideas based on your available resources. That's it, based on your available resources, right? Because guess what? You see those little lighting rings and the high-tech phones and whatever, they are expensive. It's an expense. So you might not be there financially initially, or you just might not have the technical know-how. And that's okay. But at least by paying attention to that information, right off the bat, okay, this month I'm going to pay attention to my social media and I'm doing XYZ. Next month, I might have to pay attention to something else because I simply can't afford it. Whatever it is, you do that. So, user analytics from that standpoint is important as well. And, there's nothing wrong with paying attention to what your competitors are doing. I'm not saying you're going to follow them. You're not going to copy and paste what they're doing, obviously not. But you can use ideas for inspiration, and you can also start probing when you look and you see that they don't take certain approaches, why they don't take certain approaches. And you can use that to differentiate yourself from other people in the market. Because everybody has their own stick. You never want to be like somebody else. You want to be an original. You don't want to be too original that you can't be categorized in anything, but at the same time, you want to be original enough so that when people think of your brand, they associate you with a particular thing. For example, when people think premium, I want them to think premium. I want them to also think of really a faith-based business that serves God in serving them as a customer. I want people thinking of Think Premium as a lifelong relationship partner in Christ and in business. I would want people thinking of my company. I want people thinking of my company as versatile. I want people thinking of my company as being supportive to other entrepreneurs. And me being supportive to other entrepreneurs means I would be sensitive to another entrepreneur's needs. I want people thinking of my company that way. You might not want. So you need to start thinking of things like that, but use the available resources like user analytics and content from other creators to see what's out there. What are people doing? What are people not doing? So you can now tailor your message to get that moving. That's two. Lastly, virtual door knocking. Yes. Reach out to people on Facebook, reach out to people on LinkedIn, reach out to people on Twitter, reach out to people on Instagram, and promote your products and services. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with knocking on doors and getting eyeballs, but the reality of the situation is the average person has their phone in their hand for probably 70% of the day. They're looking on their phone, they're doing something, they're on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn, they're watching movies, they're watching YouTube. YouTube's like the world's second largest search engine. People are paying attention to their phones. Get where their attention is. Get where their attention is. That's really just it. So you want to be DMing persons, direct messaging persons with a script, of course. You want to come up with what you want to say. So you don't freestyle because again, what's not measured can't be improved. So you want to have something that you can consistently use and tweak if something is working or not working. And use that to start a conversation, make an introduction. Hey, I'm Marcia Ben from Think Premium JA. I noticed that we're in the same WhatsApp group XYZ. Hey, I'm Marcia Ben from Think Premium JA. I noticed XYZ. How are you doing today? If you want to add an icebreaker to that, you can. I like using quotes. As you can see, I share a lot of quotes because quotes resonate with me, and I share a lot of images and articles and books and such. You get creative. There's no one way to do things. Worse like you're in a real estate. No, you can share some properties, share some bad properties. We have some really eye-catching properties or some aspirational content or like some how-tos, depending on who you're trying to target. Things like that. You can get creative. Share upcoming events that you have or you're going to be a part of, like any upcoming open houses, in branch presentations. Share. Always add value. Come from a point of contribution. Share content that people want and would see value in. Would he appeal to everybody? No. But even Jesus was rejected. And what did Jesus do? He just busted off his feet and just went somewhere else where someone to take his speech. Why can't you do the same? Anyway, just to summarize, so this year, some unconventional ways in which you can use social media to grow your business. User generated content, take advantage of it. It is there. Analytics, take advantage of it. It's there to see how your content's performing. Looking at what other people are posting for ideas who are catering to your similar niche, just for ideas, not to compete, but just for ideas. You also want to direct message persons as a means of direct marketing or lead generation or prospecting. And that's pretty much it for me. So before I go, I'm Marcia Bent. I'm from Think Premium JA, and I offer digital marketing services like social media marketing, email marketing, blogging, other forms of sales copywriting. I have 2 online courses, and I offer business consultation services to help build, to help businesses to close more sales and meet their strategic goals. Plus, I also have an online store where I sell products that you're likely to be running out of in the next 2 weeks anyway, like laundry detergent, fabric softener, protein powders, meal replacement shakes, multivitamins, supplements, deodorant, toothpaste, dental floss, things like that. I sell that. Kids multivitamins. I sell that and more in my online store. So you can reach out to me for more information using the contacts provided below. And I'm more than happy to assist. And if you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like the video, obviously. Subscribe so you can get great content like this from me on a daily basis because I do aim to be posting very regularly. And comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, so I can continue to make content. that you see value in. All right. So that's it for me. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And remember to never stop dreaming. Bye bye.